As you can tell, the frequency is not in use. I've been looking at it for a while. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. If there's any emergency traffic, just break in and say what your problem is, and we'll help you out. Call 911 first, though. That's the best idea. If you can't, we'll do it for you. Break in at any time. You can, for information on YouTube, or well, on the net, you can go to YouTube right now to K4PEW in their search block and find you'll find in the live events, you'll see this particular one. There should be a nice celebration picture there for you to pick for today, the most recent video, obviously. You can also go to groups.io. Well, you can go to Facebook at Mount Juliet MJ Simplexton, excuse me, MJ Simplexton, on Facebook to see me if you're so inclined to do so. And you can go to groups.io for some information on what we do for a living over here. Well, not really do for a living, but you can see our net schedule. You can sign up for our email system. Lots of technical help here. And you can send an email to me and get dumb answers only. That's dumb questions only too. K4PEW@ARRL.net. And that normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. And we've been doing it now 9 years and just about 10 months today, I think. No, not quite. Another 5 days or so. So we've really made a lot of, I don't know if we made headway or we're just making our way. Let's see. And of course, we conduct the net here starting on 146.415, and we move right over to 446.415 FM, and then we go to 28.415 upper sideband, and then on to 223.415 FM. That's what we're doing tonight. Of course, the big news of the week is the Ham Quest on Saturday. You got to be there. If you're not there, well, you're not there, but you really don't want to miss it if you can. It's even if you don't have any money, it's good to go there and get eyeball to eyeball to people you may not have met, or even those you have met. That's where I get to meet all my associates in the ham world, and they make fun of me as usual. No, it's always a good time. I enjoy it just for the social contact, and I like to look at the stuff I don't have the money to buy. Also, don't forget the 10-meter net. We have 10-meter net tonight, but another 10-meter net Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Michael KM4YRF does that net, and he goes from 10 meters upper sideband, moves to 10 meters FM on 29.415. By the way, the 10-meter upper sideband is on 28.415. The FM is on 29.415, and then the 220 net is on 223.415, but that's secret, so don't tell nobody. Is there any other announcements? But don't forget, Ham Quest, you got to be there. Even if you don't have a nickel, it costs $5 to get in, unless you know friends in low places. But I can't help you out on that area. I'm not quite low enough. Any other announcements I need to know about? Or we need to know about? All righty. Peanut Gallery silent today. Let's see, where was it? The purpose of that is to have fun. Hopefully you are having fun in ham radio. It's supposed to be fun. It's not a business. If you're making money from it, you're doing it wrong. Well, you could do it. You could make money selling ham equipment, yes. But you don't get paid to be on the air, that's for sure. If I did, I'd be rich. I'd be beyond, or I'd be a billionaire. Anyway, where was I? Okay. Any other announcements? And we're having fun. You can see us on YouTube, and also hear stations you might not otherwise hear if you're on the YouTube function there. Again, YouTube, you just put in, go to K4PEW, and it'll be a live event. And I'm not sure what they call it anymore. It says it's live, or at least mostly live. No more announcements. No more nothing. We're going to jump right into it then. Tonight we're doing, like I said, you're on 2 meters, moving over to 70 centimeters on 446.415, and then on to 10 meters on 28.415, and then on to 223.415. Again, it's a secret frequency, don't tell nobody. And we'll be starting out from the west, but first we start out with people short on time, mobile, or first time check-in. So please come now if you're one of those 3 categories. All right, that's a wonderful round of look there. Then we shall start directly in from the west. Please come now.
KC4IOV, Jackson Donaldson.
Thought I was the only one here, Jack.
You think you're alone?
Oh, well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay. Thanks a lot for doing that, Paul.
Very good. Conditions sound good tonight, Jack. That was Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor and Donaldson. Who else is West?
Kilo Golf for Charlie Victor Echo.
And everybody already sounds gangbusters. Don't you think they're great?
I'm in a gang.
Yeah, I know that, but I won't tell nobody.
We're called the Bastards.
No, it sounds good. You and Jack sound always good anyway, but this tonight seems exceptionally good.
100% of the net so far. I've heard everybody.
All right, you didn't hear this early check-in, I don't think, because that was about an hour ago. All right, that was Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is West?
KC4 TNQ.
All right, another big one there, Charles. You sound great.
Thank you, sir. You as well. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're staying cool.
Oh, yeah. Today was actually pretty nice. It wasn't as shabby as it was the last 3 days.
Yeah, I think that. The wind was blowing pretty good. It was coming out of the north, so I guess it's going to try to cool off some, but I think they're expecting some rain here in a few minutes, aren't they?
I hope so, because my lawn is like starving.
Is it crunchy when you walk around on it?
Oh, man, is it? I'm afraid to mow it. I really am. I'd rather have as much leaf out there as possible. You know, maybe that's bad. Maybe it evaporates all the water off the leaves, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not cutting mine either. It can wait another week or so. But anyway, thanks for being there, Paul. That's all I got. Y'all have a good evening. KC14.
Yeah, very good. That's Charles in West Nashville, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November, Quebec. Yeah, I'm guessing if it grows any taller and as dry as it is, I'm going to have to bale it. I think that's what's going to have to happen. Anybody got a John Deere baler for me? Anyway, who else is West? Nobody West? How about South? Hey, Tony. How's it going down in Smyrna?
I'm watching WNBA on ESPN.
Ah, very good. They are pretty good, I got to say. I told you I was watching them earlier last week. It was before Saturday, so yeah, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they've got a barn burner going on right now.
Well, the thing of it is they are fun to watch, and it's a nice relief in a way because I haven't watched hardly any NBA in the last 40 years. But the males are so much more. Obviously, they're bigger, they're faster, and they're rougher.
Well, it's like the pros and the college is getting that way. We run down, we dunk. We run down, we dunk. The girls can't dunk, so they actually have to play basketball. They run pick and roll, and four squares, and all this good stuff because they have to.
Yeah. Oh no, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're exceptionally good from the outside too. Most of them.
Oh yeah. But Indiana 70, Dallas 72 right now at the end of the third. So there you go. KF4, KF2.
I can remember when people weren't as skilled, and there were pro games that the winners would be 70 to 65. Those 100 numbers it didn't hit until I don't know, late 60s, early 70s, something like that.
Well, the 3-point rule has changed all of that, and I think the shot clock has made a big difference. I'm not sure I agree with the 3-second rule for defense. I understand it, but I guess I'm old school with that. But I really like the 3-point rule. I'm glad they adopted that years back.
Yeah, I wish that maybe they'd push it out a little farther with that Caitlin.
No, I think it's good.
No, I know it is. It's fine. It is. I can't imagine being that accurate from that distance. I just can't. I mean, I used to do good for the handicap, but never from that distance with any regularity.
Oh, by the way, somebody hacked your Facebook page. There's a blood ugly picture on your Facebook page.
Oh, did you see that new one? Yeah, that's from just a couple of months ago. Yeah, very good. That was Tony. He's in Smyrna. KF4, KFQ. Big signal. Who else is Sal?
Hello, Echo 4. Victor.
Man, I know conditions are fantastic. Because Larry, you got a great signal tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty good for changing.
Oh, it's nice to be able to hear you without all that racket, man. You doing okay?
Yeah, doing good, Paul. Where'd you go with it? KC4 Lobby.
Yeah, very good. That's Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he does the 7:15 p.m. That's 7:50. It's 19:15 for those of you who use military time or 24-hour time, as they say, and on the D-Star Net on Saturday nights. Every Saturday night. We've been doing it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 years or something. Does a great job, by the way. You can also start at 7 o'clock on DMR on 146.460, and then over to DMR. I mean D-Star at 146.460, and then over to, what do you call it? Fusion, C4 FM on the same frequency. So we have 3 short nets within a 30-minute period or so, and it's been fun. It's been weird but fun because it's just a very, very short, small nets with up anywhere from 5 to 11 check-ins per group. Who else is south? Very good. How you doing there, Robin? Doing any good?
I'm all right.
All right, son. You see that thing I sent you on that crane? Impressive. I couldn't believe they could lift something that big. Oh, I know. I was really impressed with it. And that was wasn't that in China? Yeah, I'm guessing they really have made some monstrous things over there. You know, we have the biggest dam in the world, and they got one of the longest, biggest high-speed trains or something. Very good. That was Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie. He says, bring money to Saturday's event because he's going to have a table with stuff you won't be able to resist. And that's Robin, Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie. Who else is south? South or east?
KM4, YRS.
What were you waiting for?
I was running my mouse to my son.
Okay, very good. Yeah, don't be chewing him out. He's getting too old for that.
Well, he just happened to come in the door just as he was saying that, and got me distracted.
Yeah, very good. How's Emily doing?
She's doing just about normal, and I want to apologize to Jack and the rest of the people on the 220 net because I failed to get my 220 beam back up today, but it will be back up for Saturday night.
Oh man, this means demerits, man. You know that.
Yeah, and I thought sure I would have be able to make the time to do it for the net today, but it just didn't happen.
Hey, did you see my net picture for tonight?
I did.
That's right. In the I don't know what, in the mode of being celebratory, and I just thought that was a good picture. It isn't even from the current event.
That's all right.
No, it's from almost 20 years ago. Maybe, yeah, it's probably. I think it's from 40. Well, I don't know. I think it was a 2016 event. I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. That's why I don't even watch them. I don't pay any attention to them at all because it's like watching a giant commercial. I don't care whose event it is. That's all it is.
Well, I hear you. I reckon I have nothing else for the net, so I'm going to say thank you for doing what you do, Paul, and back to net control.
Very good. That was Michael, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee, Romeo Foxtrot. And again, he does the Sunday night, 10-meter net on 28.415 upper side band, moving to 29.415, moving on to a secret frequency, which I can't mention for the third time. Who else is east? Oh, Stan, you sound pretty good tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Are you hearing other stations, or have you been on very long?
I haven't been on very long.
Okay, very good. Everything going all right for you? You're going to be at the event Saturday?
Yeah, I have a table with him here, so I think it's somewhere hour 3. Like the bill will be over here in the front entrance.
Well, very good. Stan's got an event. He says a table over at the HamQuest, and he also said to bring money because he's got stuff to sell. And it's cash only, right, Stan?
Roger.
Very good. He doesn't take MasterCard, Visa, Discover, or any bad checks. All right. Stan, Kilo, Mike 4, Hotel, Quebec, Echo in Lebanon. Who else is east?
W8CLA, Philip Tucker Road.
Hey, Philip, you haven't ever had any bad check charges, have you?
Oh, I have not.
You need to join my club. My first wife bounced the check for a gift that she bought me, which she didn't do it on purpose. And it was from a jewelry store. And it was right across the street from where I worked at a hospital. And it bounced. I don't remember what. Obviously, there was no more funds in the account that week or something. And so I went over there just immediately as soon as I got the notification. I went over there with cash. Well, it was $50 or $60 or something, and to pay it off. I said, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. I said, I'm sorry that happened. He goes, okay, but there's I think he said 25. We're talking 50, almost 50 years ago. He says, there's like a $35 check bounce charge. I went, what? I said, I'm here to pay cash. Why would there be a penalty? I'm paying you cash. Well, it's just policy. I go, well, let me speak to the manager. He said, no, it's a policy. I go, well, I got a policy too. I'm going to find, there's about 400 people I work with, and they're all going to hear about your little policy. And never mind. Thank you.
Oh, very good, Paul. Well, hey, I'm going to get off there. I'm outside at the patio, and I'm seeing lightning bolts come down. I've got to go. WATLA, clear.
Yeah, very good, Philip. Yeah, I just heard a little blast here, too. So that's it looks like it's going to rain or threatening to rain. That was Whiskey 8 Papa Lima Alpha. That's Philip over in Tucker's Crossroads, just east of Lebanon. Who else is east? Who else is scared of lightning? Okay, east and then north. Please come out.
N8NHT. KC8NNO, Jeff. You have Wes in there, Paul.
Say that again, Stan.
Wes is trying second.
All right, hold on NNO and hold on NHT. Wes, try again, please. Well, I got nothing, but I'll take the. I'm not sure where he is, but I got. Yeah, I'll give him that name straight here. I got Wes in there, and I'm not sure where he is. I can normally hear him from his house. Anyway, let's take Hayes first. What's up, Hayes?
Hey, Paul. This is N8NHT. Hayes, Hendersonville. Yeah, I just been kind of recovering still from like kind of a rough couple weeks there.
Did you really have a bad couple of weeks? What'd you have?
Oh, not that. I was just drinking too much. I just got to slow down.
Yeah, I came to a full stop some years ago.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I probably should have. So, yeah, but I'm kind of halfway serious. But yeah, I'm doing all right though. Other than that, we got back from Canada not that long ago, and let me think what else. You know, I'm just been not going back to work full time till August 7th, and I'm just playing music, teaching lessons, and playing gigs.
Cool, very good. Yeah, I heard you telling. I think on another one of the. I think when Mike was doing the net, about catching what fish you caught up in Canada. Where were you in Canada? Which lake?
We went to the Trent River system, and like if you were in Rochester, New York, and you went across Lake Ontario north, and then went up a couple hours from there. That's around where the Trent River system is.
You know, Canada up in that area, north of Toronto, north of Lake Ontario. It's unbelievable how much wild. It just you might as well be in Alaska.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. There's towns. The town of Campbellford is nearby. You can go and they have, amenities. Are smaller than Hendersonville, but like a pretty decent town. So we were able to go to a few restaurants now and then when we weren't fishing, but hey, we caught a lot. Like we don't play around, and we're catching food for dinner. We're not trying to catch trout, so we catch them, we eat them. We catch them, we eat them. And we had enough to eat fish just about every night.
Oh, I'll bet. Now, Canada, Ontario, and the rest of Canada, truly, but Canada particularly with the Algonquin Park up there, that's a sportsman's paradise. You know that?
Yeah. Some of it is. And where we were, it's a little more populated, but not that much. That kind of farmland and small town. That's about where we are. Not extremely remote, but not that populated either, Roger.
Oh, I got you. No, Canada's full of small towns. Just like it would be just like Georgia. There's only a couple of towns people know, but cities, and the rest of Georgia is just full of little towns.
Yeah, Roger. But yeah, it was good. It was like one of those spiritual things, You start to forget about everything and only worry about how much fish you're going to catch that day. It kind of makes me realize, like, I might have lived a life as a fisherman if I would have been born in a different place, different time, Roger.
Yeah, if you were on Facebook, you see the shirt I'm wearing is a picture of a bear with a fishing head on, and it says "Born to Fish."
I got you, man. Well, I don't want to get too long-winded, which I do from time to time. One of these days we'll make out a little breakfast again. But hey, Paul, K4PW, this is N8NHT, and I will say officially back to that.
Very good. Thank you, Hayes. It was Hayes. He's in Hendersonville, November 8, November Hotel Tango. Man, I haven't heard from KC8NNO in a long time. How you doing?
Hey, good evening there, Paul. And that's Jeff, KC8N
family and work things, so haven't been super active on the hand side of things or on the air for a while, but looking to kind of get back into all that and trying to jump into some nets here where I can. Over.
Yeah, very good, Jeff. Weren't you involved in that hospital net at one point?
Yeah, for a good number of years at gone into the hospital net, primarily at Summit Medical Center. And once COVID kind of hit and things with family and school were going crazy, I ended up working from home, so it wasn't as close to the hospital, so kind of fell out of that for a bit. So something I'll probably have to look back into seeing if they need some help down there again.
Oh man, they always need help in those hospital systems, because I was involved with them in Florida, and it's hard to get volunteers to operate them because the other people are busy.
Yeah, I know that was kind of the case when I was there. Maybe 50% of the time we'd have the staff hand available, but other times I just myself. And, when I could make it, but yeah, things are getting kind of crazy at work. And post-COVID and all that, things changed up a bit. So I've been back in the hospital net for quite some time. But maybe that's something I'll look at trying to get back into as well.
Yeah, very good. Well, see, being retired, I forget about how crazy it is to have full-time job, which is usually more than 8 hours, usually 10 or better every day, and then actually having children in the home. Your days are pretty tied up.
Yeah, indeed, that's definitely the case. And yeah, my kids got to the point of where they were in grade school and with first grade to fifth grade, sixth grade activity now. A lot of the nighttime activity for kids and homework and all of that just kind of conflicting with ham events and ham meetings. So that was definitely a big part of it. They're growing up a little bit more here. It's looking like I'm getting more free time on occasion. So we'll try to get in here when I can. We'll be at the ham questions this upcoming weekend. But, thanks for the night. And I'll send it back to you. This is Jeff, KC8NNO.
Yeah, very good. That was Jeff, Kilo Charlie 8, November Oscar, and he's been kind of persona, well, no, that's the wrong way to say it. Persona non grata would be bad. He's been busy with family activities and work, which I know how that used to go for me as well. I remember the days I was going to 2 soccer games every Saturday and from one side of town to the other. Oh, what a mess. Anyway, I also just involved in the family and work, and it's a pain. Well, it's not a pain, it's just what you do. Real men do that stuff. And again, he's in Northwest Wilson. And we had Wes in there, KE4TWI, which I could not hear. You want to try again, Wes, if you're still there? Okay, very good. He must be, okay. On an HT, but I can't hear him. So, Wes, I got you in the log. It's KE4TWI on HT. I put that down as a HT, man. Who else is North?
WD0
I'm going to have the same. You want people to bring money with them, cash money tomorrow? I mean, Saturday?
Yeah, that would be nice. I need groceries, so they need to come shop.
Yeah, and tell them to keep in mind, too, that grocery prices have gone up 20 to 30%.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't have near as much as I did last year, but that's a good thing.
Well, you know what you need to do is drag that old desktop computer. What was that, an Atari or what was it?
Oh, man. I got rid of those, but what was it? It was a TI-99. Remember that?
I don't remember the TI-99, but I think I told you I had one of those. I forgot what that was. It was a Timex Sinclair. It was a little tiny, it was almost like what you think of now as a Raspberry Pi. It was so small.
Oh yeah, I remember those. At the time, I think everybody had Commodore 64, and somebody gave me a TI-99, so I was kind of an outcast. But before that, I had one for a short time that, gosh, what was it? It was an Altair. It was so old it didn't have a keypad. You programmed it with switches.
I remember being impressed. I don't remember if I saw somebody that had one. It was one of those that had it had almost looked like a military unit. The front keyboard was it latched onto the face of the machine. Do you remember those? That was a carrying case. It was one big unit, probably weighed 40 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, we had one of those. That was a compact.
Wow. Yeah, those are the bad old days because, man, they didn't do squat. You really had to work to make those things go.
Yeah. Yep. But it was fun. Learned a little bit about stuff. You had to if you wanted to make them work. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll look for you Saturday.
Very good. I shall be there, hopefully, if I get up every day. And no, I'll be there. I'll be there early. I hope. Well, that was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, Oscar. Anybody else in North?
KQ14 for VUW, Carlin and Angel Town, that page.
Hold on, Carlin. Who is the KQ4 station?
KQ4TUB.
And that was Tango Uniform Bravo?
Yes.
Oh, very good. What's the first name? I don't think you've checked in before, have you?
No, I just got my radio license today. I'm Hayden.
Hayden, Hayden, is that the name?
Hayden.
Hayden. Ah, very good, Hayden. Where are you located? Yo, Hayden, where are you located?
Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Oh, very good. I think you might have said that, and it skipped right through my brain. Well, very good. Congratulations on getting your license today. And it's, this isn't your first contact, I hope.
It is actually.
Oh, very good. It's a red letter day for us. It happens sometimes because we're, at least on Simplex, we're one of the few people that have a Simplex net. There's also one north of you up there in Portland on Thursday nights. That's tomorrow night on 147.55. Yeah, it's 555, I think. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's 147.555. Anyway, that's another Simplex net you shouldn't have any trouble getting into. That's at 7:30 tomorrow night.
By the way, my dad is NAWC. He comes here sometimes.
Ah, very good. I didn't realize that was you. Very good. Well, he knows about the other nets then. You don't have to worry about you knowing that. Well, very good. And I'm going to guess, because I saw you that one time at breakfast, but that's about 4 years ago. So I'm guessing, what are you, about 16 then?
Like 13.
Oh, very good. Well, 13, I'm glad you worked hard to get that. Was it tough for you to get the tech license?
I think I got a perfect score from what I remember. I studied a lot though.
Oh, yeah. Well, very good. Very good. And it's important. The test gets a little harder for general and quite a bit harder for the extra exam, but I'm sure you'll be able to swing it as you get into it.
Yep.
Well, very good. Anything else for the net, Hayden? It's good that you're here.
No. Back to that. KQ4TUB.
Yeah, very good. We don't. Well, we do keep up with what's required from the FCC. We don't stand on formalities, I'll call them. It's a very casual net. We don't even have to use real language. That's one of the issues, and I'm sure your dad told you. In ham radio, the objective is to use standard, human language, which is natural language. We're not trying to be the military. We're not trying to be the cops. We're not trying to be the air patrol. It's just a very casual way to do business here on the ham radio. Anyway, good to have you in there, Hayden. Hayden, this is his first check-in. So that's, I wish I had a bell here I could ring. That'd be pretty cool. So I can't do that. But anyway, it was Kilo Quebec 4 Tango, Uniform Bravo, Hayden in Hendersonville. And he's directly related to Hayes, November 8, November Hotel Tango. That's his son. Carlin, got you in there.
Hello.
You doing any good?
Better than I was yesterday and this morning.
Why, were you sick or something?
In the hospital.
Oh, man, what'd you do? Did you hurt yourself or were you just sick?
5.6 millimeter kidney stone.
I'm guessing, since I've never had one, that's extremely uncomfortable.
Well, my back was hurting some on the right side, but it was the upchucking that was really uncomfortable. It pretty much looked like funny deep. That's how bad it was. So, anyway, I went in last night at about, I don't know, about 7, 8 o'clock, and then got out maybe about 5 minutes to 12, went to Hendersonville to get a prescription filled. That didn't fall through. Coming back, I said, go back to the hospital. I'm not working flip. So I got re-entered in the hospital, and that doctor at that time, different doctor, put me on some more fluids and stuff. And finally got out of there, and I finally got here to the house about 5 o'clock in the morning, this morning.
Wow. Yeah, hospitals are no fun. Did they remove it sonically in some way? Did they break it up that way from external?
No, they did not remove it. I thought I was going to be put in the hospital, and they would be today. They would probably do that, put a stent in. And, oh no, well, this is much cheaper. We'll give you some medicine, and you'll be able to pass that. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, I see what Medicare is doing.
Is that right? And so, how long did it take for that to take? How long did it take for the medicine to work to pass it?
I haven't passed it. Not going past it. I'm taking Flomax, and I can't remember what the other is, but it's another capsule that's supposed to fight infection. And I drank a little grape juice this evening so I could get something down, because I tried to eat one cracker yesterday and that didn't stay down. So I finally eat something tonight at about 6:30. And the only thing I know to do is get me some lemon. I had another amateur guy I was talking to on the phone this afternoon. He said, get you some real lemon and squirt it in water and drink that, and that will dissolve that up. And I'm going to have to give that a try. They told me to contact a urologist down there in Gallatin. Really, they told me that he would be contacting me today on the phone, and that didn't happen. So I don't know why they didn't call me, but I don't know. I might check tomorrow and see what they think I ought to do. And I'm thinking they should have get me in there and took it out like they did the last one about 10 years. About every 10 years, I get one of those things. I don't understand why. It's just like a clock. When you set a clock, okay, we took care of this, but we'll see you in 10 years. I don't get it. So, but anyway, yeah, you made a comment a minute ago about the inflation on food. Janet Yellen was, I watched a little video on YouTube here the other night. She said there's no food inflation. Food prices are acceptable. And it was here maybe about a week or two ago. She was talking about prices in general were not inflated. I'm going like, well, where's this woman living at?
She ain't living in this country, because the grocery prices are up, and there's no question about it. Just it's that simple. It's not even an argument about it. They're higher.
I guess you walk around eating ice cream cones like Biden too, I reckon.
I don't know. That's a weird thing to say, because see, all I want from the government is just tell us the truth. You don't have to, what do we live in? A place where the government can't be honest with us? It's silly. Everybody knows there's been inflated prices. In fact, Biden was complaining about it and saying that the manufacturers were greedy. That was what he said, but he didn't want to call it inflation, but it's exactly what it is.
Well, it's Biden and his hedge fund devils on Wall Street the problem. They see the liar and cheat, and they figure that they can do the same and get away with it. I mean, he's leading by example, and that's what he's doing. So that's what's going on. That's why all these companies are going like, well, he's president, he's getting away with lying. Why can't we? I mean, yeah, it's just simple. The way some people think. So I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Things gonna change here in about another 5, 6 months or something like that. Hopefully for the better. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, hello to everybody. I noticed it was kind of looking real rainy to my south. and a minute ago, and I did hear a little lightning static. Looks like the rain's mostly to the south of me now. We had a pretty good shower earlier this afternoon. And actually, this morning we had a real good shower. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't have nothing else for the net, so I'll let you turn it back over to you. That way you get some more check-in.
Very good. That was Carlin. He's in Angeltown area, Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey. And I don't want to go through. I don't know why some people get those. Some people seem prone to stones, kidney stones, and others do not. And I don't understand why, but obviously they do. I mean, it's not like I drink huge amounts of water for the last when I moved to Florida in 1974. You have to drink a lot of fluids when you're in hot climate, and that's exactly. I do it here. I probably drink close to a gallon of fluid a day, so I'm surprised I don't have stones somewhere other than my head. I mean. And it was again Carl, Kilo Delta 4 Victor, Uniform Whiskey. Who else is any place anywhere? No, I heard a second. Hold on one second. I got Wes in there. Wes, hold on the other party. I think I knew who that was, but well, you were on an HT, and I don't think you are now, are you?
No, we were out walking, and then started. Up here, your signals, even Michael's signal's pretty weak, but I think Stanford. But the storms coming in are getting close. So we decided to stuck on them. So proceed, KG4TW.
Yeah, we had some lightning here. I said thunder. I don't know how close it was, and I don't know if it rained here or not because I didn't hear it. But then I got headphones on, so I can hear you guys, but I can't hear what's going on outside. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else did I hear in there? Was that Steve? Oh, very good. I checked you in early. You didn't even have. You could have slept. How you doing, Michael?
Oh, I'm sitting here trying to do a rain dance, watching the high pressure sitting over my neighborhood.
Well, I was kind of hoping it would rain tonight.
I'm hoping for rain, storms, I don't care. Just as long as it's making
Oh, I know. That's the way mine is too. And I don't really want to cut it because it's so dry. I for some reason that seems like the wrong thing to do. Yeah, are you on your HT tonight, Michael? Oh, I can hear you fine. It occurred to me that other people probably couldn't hear you unless they were listening on YouTube, but that's all right. We'll get over it. Oh yeah, HT works fine. It gives everybody a challenge to figure who is that he's talking to. In fact, one fellow, well, Scott down in Laverne said, when you get on the air, why don't you always put it on YouTube so I can tell who you're talking to? Yeah, K-Pro was the one I remembered. You hit the nail on the head with that. And as I recall, those were really pricey during that. That was late 80s, maybe. Wow. I know that just to give people an idea, because right now you can buy a laptop depending on what you want. But I remember when I was working for Honeywell in the engineering department in construction, because I was in service, we didn't have any computers. Well, we did have some computers, but they all of a sudden got a brand new laptop. I don't remember what model, I don't remember what name, but this was about 1980. I'll just say 88, I believe it was, or 89. It was 4,500 books. Oh man, isn't it amazing what the capitalistic enterprises do to things? Now you can't give away disk drives. Oh, absolutely. It's amazing, really. Anyway, anything else for the net there, Michael?
That's all I got. Pray everybody gets well.
Yeah, that's Michael N1MDJ, who was, I checked him in early because we talked about an hour or so before the net, but I was reminded about that name, the K Pro computer, which for sure was expensive. I don't know how much, but it was pretty much a business only computer. Uh, and it was portable, and it came in like a metallic case, almost like a military case, as I recall. It's been a while. I have to look it up. Anybody else checking in? Please come now. See, we're starting to talk like old men, talking about what used to be 30 or 40 years ago. Any other check-ins? Please come now, north, south, east, or west.
Kilo Quebec 4, Romeo Golf Bravo.
That was Romeo Golf Bravo, correct?
That is correct. KQ4 RGB. This is David in Hendersonville.
Oh, David, you got an outrageously big signal. What kind of antenna you run up there?
Oh, it's just a magnetic mount.
Okay, in Hendersonville. Well, that's pretty good, even for a magma. Where are you located? Are you down there near the lake or up higher?
Oh, I'm up just north of Hendersonville, just off New Shackle Island Road.
Oh, yeah. No, you really got a great signal for a mag mount. And it's on your car, or is it inside?
It's inside right now. I have it set up so I can go in and out.
I got you. I always laugh about, somebody always says the best place in the house to put your mag mount is on top of the refrigerator.
Oh, I have done that and it works.
I'm sure it does. It's got a little bit of a metal ground plane for you. Anyway, David, you're very good. Anything good for the net tonight? You get any rain up here yet?
A piece of metal for my reloading stand right now.
Oh, very good. Are you getting any rain up there yet? Because we've got nothing.
Oh, yes. It's I'll say flooding here. It started, probably an hour ago, 45 minutes. Actually, I was outside on the patio using my patio table as the ground plane, which works pretty good. Then it started raining.
Oh, very good. Had you checked into the net before, David?
Negative. I just heard about the Simplex Society net probably 2 weeks ago.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we've been doing the net here for, we'll have 10 years doing the net in September.
Oh, Roger. I'm pretty new to amateur radio. I've been in radio for many, many years, but not amateur.
Oh, is it in commercial radio, is it?
I was in more commercial applications. I managed the statewide network for the Division of Forestry.
Oh, awesome. Well, that covers a lot of territory, I'll bet.
Yes, all 95 counties.
Wow. That sounded like an interesting job, really.
Not too bad. I retired a few years ago and I've gotten into all kinds of trouble since then.
That's been my specialty my whole life.
You must be happily married.
Oh, yeah, very well. I've been married 3 times, so I got into lots of trouble.
I hear you. Well, I've only been married once, and she hasn't thrown me out yet.
Well, I laugh about that, and it sounds funny, but divorce is bad. Just I want to, anybody who's even having any thoughts of divorce, work it out, because divorce stinks. No matter what you do, it stinks. It stains your life forever, financially and emotionally, and it's just not a good thing.
Roger, I've done our first-hand experience, but I understand that pretty well. I had a good elder friend of mine years ago. A pastor asked her, "Well, how do y'all stay together for 72 years, married?" And he goes, "Well, we just didn't break up."
Yeah, I heard a joke about that. I don't know if I can remember it. The guy was saying it. He goes, "Do you guys ever argue?" Nope, never argue. I have thought about killing her though.
There you go.
No, it's all when you're with. Again, it's really interesting. Have you ever heard the phrase or heard the saying that it's got to be each side's got to give 100, each side's got to give 50%. You have to be 50-50. And you go, no, it's 100-100. You can't. Both sides got to carry everything, and everybody's got to work it out. There's no such thing as one carrying more than the other, so to speak.
True. Yeah, it's a sacred and solemn vow, and that's you have to look at it that way. It's 100%. Both parties have to give all.
Well, here I am at 75, and I'll just say I'm still learning that it's sometimes better just to stay quiet and not respond what you think is smart, or I'm going to tell her a thing or three. It's better to stay silent because some things just don't matter.
Roger, yeah. What is it? Don't sweat the small stuff or big stuff, and that way you'll never have to do anything.
No, really, it's me and my wife. I've been married now. We're in our 13th year, and that's one of the reasons I moved to Tennessee. I met her here. We've been together ever since, and it's been great. And I wouldn't change it for a world. I mean, my other I don't even have communications with my the other two marriages. I do have three sons though, and they're all good too. Anyway, anything else, David?
No, where'd you move from to Tennessee?
Well, it's a long story. When I got out of the Navy in '72, or shortly there, I worked in Rhode Island for a while, where I was home ported, and then I moved to Florida with the company, the electrical contractor I was working for, and then I was in Florida for almost 37 years, and then I got divorced the second time, because I was married to the first wife at that time, and the second time after 27 years. So I said, well, I'm going back to my home state of New York. I know that's a bad word in Tennessee, but that's where I lived in Niagara Falls, New York. And then I lived there for 2.5 years in my hometown of Niagara Falls. And then I met this gal on the dating site. I forget the name of it now. The famous one, not the weird ones. And we got together and hit it off like gangbusters, and it's been good ever since.
Oh my goodness! So you are one of those blank Yankees. We come down here and marry good Southern girls and get you all straightened out.
Well, that's what's so funny, David. It's funny you said that. You'll never believe she's from Long Island, and she came here in 1990 to sing and do music, and it didn't exactly work out the way she wanted it to, and she ended up working for the Postal Service for nearly 30 years now.
Well, good Southern girl, Long Island, Southern New York.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't. She lived in the exact opposite end of the state that I did, because I was way up there on the Canadian border, and she was stuck way out in Long Island.
Oh, Roger, yeah. Yeah, the Great Lakes area and up toward the Adirondacks are a wonderful place to do a lot of work in Florida, New York, and the Adirondacks area.
Yeah, that's in fact, me and my family, we used to do a camp in the Adirondacks every year for anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. It was great. As a kid growing up, I was in heaven being up in the Adirondacks camping in tents.
Yeah, Roger, I was in pulp paper industry for 25 years. We had land interspersed with the Adirondack State Park there, and ended up helping the best of that land. A lot of it went to the park.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't know if do you remember where Racket Lake was?
I know the name. I can't. No, I don't remember. I'm too old.
Well, it's north of Old Forge, if you remember where that is.
Oh yeah, I know we are.
Okay, we had a campsite up there that was all near Racket Lake. It was a place called. We stayed there 2 or 3 years in a row because it was just so remote. It was on a fairly large. They called it a pond. It was called Brown's Track Pond, and it was I'd say it was remote. It was like a 9-mile dirt road off of the highway to get to it, and it was one of those lakes that had no motorboats permitted, none. Everything had to be canoe or rowboat, kayak. I don't remember seeing a kayak, but I went there again almost 50 years later to that pond. Still pretty much the same. It hasn't changed a lick, and it's just as dense forest as it was when I was a kid, except it's all new forest. It seems like all the old forest, kind of, there were still old trees, but there was an island there that had, parts of it were not treed. It was somebody had built a house there early part of the 20th century, and it was all the stuff was a fireplace. And as a kid, when I was there in 1960, I went back, complete island. You could barely walk on it for all the trees that were there.
Roger, yeah, trees are pretty resilient. That's one of the things that people don't really realize, just how resilient the forests are, and how they have been and how they change. It's pretty interesting. I used to give a talk about the evolution of the eastern forest.
Yeah, it is interesting. You're right. It's it's a fascinating world of just, and so many people, I don't want to say they don't know of it, like the forests, wherever they are, whether they're here in Tennessee or whether they're in New York. And people don't even think of New York as having forests, to be quite honest. But they think New York is New York City. I've had to fight that my whole life. And I said, where are you from? And they say, where are you from? I say, New York. They go, oh, they groan. It's first, oh, no, not that New York.
Well, there are kind of 2 or 3 New Yorks. The New York City area is kind of an anomaly in the state. You get in the northern and western parts of the state, and it's absolutely wonderful. I love upstate New York. Not only the landscape, but people are just wonderful.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about since you're here in Tennessee. I realized after living in Tennessee for a while, I said, Tennessee has about 11 million people, I think now, and New York State has around 19 or 20 million. Well, if you take out New York City metro area, just remove it, you've got Tennessee. You've got about you take away that 10 million people in the New York metro area, and you're left with about 9 million, 10 million, 11 million people in New York State, and it's mostly forest, farms, and small cities, just like Tennessee.
Pretty much, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of similarities with New York and in upstate Maine and that area. Very, very similar.
Oh yeah, no, it's people. Like I said, I've had friends who well, when I was in Florida, they said they were shocked at like New York State because it's got forests and swamps and farms and living. It's that's why I like growing up where I did on the Canadian border there in New York and Niagara Falls, because I had the Niagara River, which was nice fishing, and I could go to Lake Ontario, I could go to Lake Erie. I was on 2 Great Lakes within 20 minutes of each other.
Under that, I've never fished the Great Lakes. I've always wanted to.
Oh, that's a good stuff. I mean, it's just really, well, it got nasty, before they cleaned up the lakes, and especially Lake Erie, but now it's much better. Anyway, let me move on there, Dave. It was good to have you on the air. I hope you come back.
Oh, roger that. KQ4 RGB and 73 to you.
Very good. That was good, David, for another first-time check-in. And kind of a new ham, and that's the Kilo Quebec 4. Did I get that right? Oh, it's RGB. I almost thought it was KGB. Sorry about that. Romeo Golf Bravo. I don't think KGB would stand there. Sounds bad. Anybody else, any place, anywhere, please come down. All righty. That we had 19 in here tonight, which is a nice number. A little higher than we had last week and the week before, as I recall, because we've been hanging around 15, 16, 17, something like that. But it's all good. The numbers don't mean much. It's like we have good conversation. We have a good time. Are there any lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, or any of people of that nature, as they say?
Well, I wasn't going to answer to anyone anywhere.
Very good, Scott. How you doing?
Okay, when it's needed.
Very good. You sound good. You've been there long listening. Were the conditions good for you too?
Not really. No, I was listening more on YouTube.
Yeah, you heard me reference your name then, huh?
Yes, I did. I still think it's a wonderful idea.
Well, I have because when I first started thinking about doing it that way, I realized that YouTube's policy was I had to have over 1,000 people who signed up for, what do they call it? They joined the group, so to speak. I had to have 1,000. I didn't, and I asked people in our group, please, sign up to the group to get notifications, and they did, and it went over 1,000. So I started the net, and the reason that's important because they would only let you do like 10 or 15 minutes. But this is unlimited. I could be on here for 4 hours, and I don't think they care.
And I think you could fill it up for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's my job, man.
All right, carry on. Oh boy, carry on. Try that again. Okay, when it's good.
Very good. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, and he is in Laverne. Anybody else? Lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers. That always pulls them out of the woodwork. Scott likes to answer to those silly names they made up. Oh, they're not made up. They're just things. Because now we're looking for sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards. Not slackards, but lackards. Well, maybe there are slackers. that too. A repeater, Kerchunkers, scanner listeners who have to email me or text me if they know my phone number. And of course, the shape-shifting lizard people, or the moon landing deniers, or the flat earthers. Any of those categories left? All righty, they're all still in hiding. That's why they're trying to stay away from the black helicopters. All right, well, we're going to go over to 446, 415. We'll see you there, unless I hear somebody complain right now. Very good. That's where I'm going. K4 PW, checking out of here and going over to 44. QSY is the correct, or at least that's the parlance of the day. I'm going over to 446, 415. Here I am on 446, 415, looking for check-ins on here on this frequency. It's hard to write and talk at the same time. Looking for check-ins from the west. Please come in.
84 IOE, Jackson Donaldson.
Very good. We got Jack. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Donaldson, good signal. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Tyler Victor Echo.
Very good. We got Kilo Delta 4 Cud Victor Echo in in Antioch. Who else is west?
K34 TNQ.
And yeah, signal quality is awesome tonight, Charles.
That's what I was just thinking myself.
Man, anyways, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec in West Nashville. And who else is west? South, please come in. All right, didn't even have to ask for the sluggers and the slackers. Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Are you doing any better listening tonight? I mean, on this frequency, Scott?
So far, how are you?
Oh, wow. Well, very good. I wish it would get better, but you're again, you guys down there in Smyrna and Antioch and Laverne, it's tougher for some locations. It's weird. Anyway, who else? Again, K1 SPD, it's Scott and Laverne. Who else is west? Or south? Or east?
KM4YRS.
See, I was already writing down your call because I knew you'd be in there.
Well, I think you just be in the stand for East right now.
Well, we're going to have to wake Kevin up, man. He's got to get get on the game. Of course, Philip checked in earlier. He's from the east.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Philip.
He's easy to forget about.
All right, back to net control.
Very good. That's KM4YRF. Of course, he does the 10-meter net on Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. 28.415, and then you can wait for further instructions after the first net. Who else is east?
It sounds really good tonight.
Yeah, I know it does. It sounds fantastic, doesn't it, Greg? Who else is east? Anybody? Going to the north. I heard a nice hum. Who is it? All I heard was another Mark, is that you? All righty, whoever that is, I'm going to check in. I wasn't even looking at the signal here. I was busy looking at the weather to see if it was raining. I never did figure it out. Check in again if you try. Hit that push to talk again. See if I can see a signal. It has to be because it's loud. The hum is loud. You got S5, and I could hear a squiggly noise in the back, like from the Peanuts cartoon. You're going to have to email me, I'm telling you. Or you can text me, 615-795-7396. No idea who that is. Anybody, that's any more from the, where was I, from the north? Yeah, there was a double in there, but you won there, Jeff. But there was another person there. You got a good signal, Jeff, as always. But Kilo Charlie 8 November Oscar and Northwest Wilson. Who was the other party?
Katie
4 VW, Carlin up in Angel Town, that pay.
Ah, very good. That was Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Another big signal. Really good signals from everybody tonight. It's the weather conditions. I don't know whether it was the heat was killing us or what. Who else is any place anywhere to the north? I'm guessing that was Mark with his low humming. Or he has a Hummer.
It was full scale at my location, which I think that Mark's using full scale here when I'm on 2 meters, so it might have been there.
Yeah, I was guessing it was Mark. Because he usually doesn't have those kind of problems. That's why I was curious about it.
Radar.
Say again?
Radar.
Radar? What's radar? Oh, is that right? Very good. Well, I'll be happy to get some rain here, that's for sure. All righty. Well, I don't know how many we had in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't you love to hear me count on the air? We usually have about 9 or so, but we did have 8. It says Mark. I'll take Mark's home as a check-in, I think. Mark, I'll put him down as a home. Virtual home check-in. Anybody else on 70 centimeters, please come there. All righty, we're going to move over to 10 meters, 28.415. 28.415, we'll see you there, K4PD. All righty, I'm here on 28.415 with K4 PEW. Here in Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net, looking for check-ins from the west. Please go now. Ah, very good. I got you in there, Jack. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. How are you copying me tonight? Because you're a little lower than normal here.
I got you full scale. Everybody sounds good, though. Even 70 centimeters, everybody sounds great.
Oh, yeah. Conditions were very good on UHF, VHF. It really was good. I was impressed. Yeah, I paid the extra money to get them. Yeah, very good. It was Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack, and Donaldson. Who else is west? Yeah, you're pretty low to me, Greg, but I can still copy, but I wouldn't do it if I wasn't wearing headphones. But yeah, 10 meters seems to be a little rougher than normal because you're not usually this low on 10 meters. Anyway, that was Kilo Delta 4, Charlie, Victor, Echo, and Antioch. Who else is west? Very good. There might have been 2 people in there, but I got Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. It isn't quite as good as I think it should be, but 10, you worked out pretty good on 10 meters, Charles. Yeah, it is. It's not bad. It's just that for Greg, it was tough. I don't know why, but well, I do know he's not normally very big signal because just I don't know what it is or what the whole issue is. Anyway, that was Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else is south? South or west? Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. Got you in there, Scott. You sound good. Which antenna you on tonight? Oh, on the loop. Okay, well, very good. I'm glad it's working good for you. Are you hearing anybody else? Okay, very good. Yeah, well, the loop isn't. The loop is low. I've had the same issue. I tried to use a loop one night on listening on Sunday nights, and I said nope, not doing that again. For local, just that loop doesn't hack it. All right, very good, Scott. I heard somebody else in there. Was that Hayes?
That was Greg.
That was who?
That was Greg again.
Greg again. Charlie Victor Echo.
Yeah.
Cut Victor Echo. Greg, what are you saying? Well, I got you in there, Greg. You're on the list.
Greg, he got you in there if you can hear me.
Very good. Let's see. Take the controls back here. Who else is wherever the heck I was? South or east? South. Staying with south. South or west, and now to the east.
KM4 RF.
You know, you need to lend your signal to Greg.
Yeah, Greg's signal was lower to me tonight than normal.
Yeah, I think so. He is lower than normal. That's right. KM4YRF. That was Michael here in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? You hearing from Stan over there, Michael?
Nope, I'm not hearing anything.
Well, you could lie to me. I can't hear.
Oh yeah, that was Stan. I just heard it.
Yeah, I guess Kevin was in there too, right?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear Kevin?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to jack him up if I see him on Saturday. In fact, I may just send him a note and ask him where has he been and why isn't he coming? If he's coming to the Ham Fest. All right. Well, that was Michael KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Who else is north? North, please come now.
November 8th, November Hotel Tango.
Very good. You got you in there, Hayes. You sound like a big signal there here on 10 meters. Of course, you got that 99, don't you?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm on the Gate UFC 891 and Antron 99.
Yeah. That's a dang good antenna for both CB and for 10 meters.
Yeah, I still have a CB capability too.
Have the which capability?
I got another radio for that, and it, you know, and Antron's tuned more to ham radio, but it'll still resonate on the CB frequencies, Roger.
Oh, very good. Yep. That was November 8th, November Hotel Tango, and that's Hayes in Hendersonville. Talking about the good old CB radio time there. Who else is north? KC4TUB. How you doing there, Hayden? You sound good?
KQ4TUB.
I'm sorry, I put down KC. I've already getting your call wrong. Remember, you're 13 and I'm 75, so I got a handicap. Maybe we both have handicaps. Anyway, that's KQ Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Uniform Bravo. He is in Hendersonville. Big signal. That might be his second check-in with his ham license that he got today. That's just awesome. Anybody else north? Anybody hearing anything I can't hear?
Hello?
Nada. No. Okay. Then we're going to cut it short here. We had, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 in there. We had the same number, except for that hum that we didn't get on this trip from who I believe was Mark. I'm pretty sure it was Mark. He's got such a crappy station. Not really, but I can say that because he's not on the air. Is anybody else out there on 10 meters before we jump over to 223, 415 secret frequency? I do hear voices way out there in the Mars area. All right, that's it. We'll catch everybody later. I'm going to cut out on the Facebook feed and the YouTube feed and go over to our secret frequency so we can talk secret things with our secret handshakes, and we'll catch you later. K4PW. Good night.